Hey guys, now you can follow me on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/UltraMaximusReviews.
Oh, hey, it's Blue Starscream! Dumbass, that's Thundercracker, not Starscream. So he's a help-me-dinsa? Probably not.
You suck. Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another toy review, and today we're going to take a look at another Transformers figure. It's from the War for Cybertron, Transformers Siege. It's Thundercracker. Now, I found this at my local Walmart here in Greenwood on County Line Road in Emerson, and I'd seen one over in Center Grove, and I passed on it, and I kind of regretted passing on it, and then they had two of them over at the Greenwood Walmart, so I went ahead and picked them up, and now they're both gone. So I'm glad I picked him up. I love the Seekers. Love this mold for the Seekers. Very cool, very fun, and yeah, let's just go ahead and jump in there and take a look at the packaging. So here we have Thundercracker in the packaging, and it's exactly like Starscream, except he's different colors. Well, mostly. He has a different head sculpt. He has a little grin, where Starscream does not. I want to say that the Target exclusive, was it Red Wing? I want to say he's got that smirk as well. It's funny because I was talking to Dog Cades, my buddy James, and he joked that the only reason that they put the smirk on, you know, Thundercracker here was so that people would buy multiple figures of the same mold, and people were swapping out the heads. I might actually swap the head out because I think Starscream should have the smirk, but I don't know. We'll take a look once I actually get it out of the box. Packaging, exactly the same that we've seen with the Siege figures. We've got Thundercracker right there. It says Thundercracker Siege Transformers. Top of the box has got the Decepticon logo. Front of the package is pretty much exactly the same that we have been seeing. We get the artwork of Thundercracker right here, and he's got this little grin. Does he have his grin? No, he's like, grrr, he's growling there, which is kind of interesting. Side of the package is the standard Siege artwork that we have been getting. Back of the box, pretty much exactly like Starscream. We get him in his robot mode, his vehicle mode, and then you can use the Battle Masters with him. So yeah, that's all about the same. Not much difference except for color of the figures. And that's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and get Thundercracker out of box and see what we think. So here we have Thundercracker out of the packaging, and it's pretty much the exact same figure as Starscream. In fact, it is the exact same figure as Red Wing. It's got the same smirk and everything, which is kind of interesting. I will say this gun does not fit. It's actually, I think it's just the port over here. Let me try the other gun. Yeah, it's that port. Does not secure this too terribly well. Again, I don't know if it's QC or if it's just mold degradation. I wouldn't think this close in it would be mold degradation, but nah, it kind of sucks. But it's not too terribly bad, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it's the standard Tetrajet Seeker here. I will say he stands kind of goofy. I don't know. I guess Starscream did too. I just don't really remember messing with him for a while. Now, as far as articulation goes on the figure, the head is extremely stiff on this figure. It does not even want to move around. So I'm not going to really try it. He does have a twist at the waist right there. His arms do move up all the way like that. They do rotate around, which is nice. He has a double jointed elbow, which is very cool. Little bit of wiggle in the wrist. That's mainly for transformation. The legs kick that far forward. They kick back about that far. There is a twist at the upper leg here. And I forgot to mention there's a twist at the upper arm. The knee, very, very, very nice knee joint right there. The feet do move up and down a little bit, and they've got very, very slight ankle rocker pivot to the point where that's the widest possible stance with the feet still flat on the floor, I guess. Actually, I guess it goes about that far, so not too terribly bad. So taking a closer look at the figure itself, again, I like the sculpt of this design. He's got the little smirk that I think should come with Starscream rather than Thundercracker. It's the same exact mold, except for that head. It's the same head that we see on Red Wing, which I believe was the Target exclusive. Yeah, I mean, it works. Some people are doing head swaps, I guess, on Thundercracker and Starscream. I don't think I'm going to do that. It looks a little more complex than I want to deal with. I'll just leave them as it is. Same paint splash patterns as far as the damage of the silver goes. The gray, the blue, all that looks good. Definitely dig that. The black, everything looks Thundercracker-ish to me. So taking a look at the midsection of the figure, again, it's the same design that we get with Starscream. We get the red on the wings, which is nice. The black and the grays look good. The blues, the dark blue looks nice. The cockpit there, or the fake cockpit, I guess, looks pretty decent. He's got his Tetra Jet backpack hanging on back there, which, works. It's not too terribly bad a design. It looks okay in this mode. In fact, I think that looks better than when you're in the Tetra Jet mode and you see the fake canopy from his chest on there. But overall, I mean, it works. It does what it's supposed to. It says Thundercracker. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure, again, same design as the other Seekers, as Starscream. He's got the little high heel boots, which do stabilize the figure pretty well, but you kind of have to find the right balance for it. Make sure that you put it down proper. You can get some pretty decent poses out of it, nothing too terribly crazy, but for as thin of feet they are, they work. I like the silver paint apps on the front of it. You got all the detail in there, and the fact that the thrusters are on the heels, much like they were in the original cartoon, I definitely dig that. For comparison, here we have Thundercracker with Starscream side by side, and it's basically the same figure, you just have a different head sculpt on him. I do like the color scheme better than I do Starscream's. I always have Skywarp and Thundercracker. I've always liked a lot. I loved Starscream's character, but the color patterns on Thundercracker and Skywarp were always more of my favorites than the red and blue and kind of light gray. So looking at them, yeah, I mean, exactly the same figures except for the different color patterns. Nothing sculpt-wise, save for the head, is different. They've even got the Decepticon logos in the same spot. Man, and even looking at the paint splash on the wings, it's the same paint splash, noticing up here on the nose as well. They're the same exact paint markings as far as the battle damage goes, which is interesting. Is that the same on the front here? Looks pretty darn similar. I'm going to say, yeah, it's about the same paint splash pattern. It's a little bit heavier, I think, on Thundercracker than Starscream. Not too dissimilar to what we saw with Soundwave and Sound Blaster. So here we have Thundercracker in his Tetra Jet mode, and I like this mode for the most part. I don't like the fact that you've got the chest hanging out the back there, but is what it is. It's a very solid mode. Once you get everything clamped together, it feels like a little brick, and I loves it. Now, much like Starscream, he's got lots of battle damage all over, which is fine, but the Decepticon logo is a little difficult to see, and the bird is very upset about that, as you can tell. But overall, I think it's pretty cool. I like the design. I think the blue and the red really work well. He's got his leg kibble underneath, and then his guns. But overall, again, I like it. I think it looks cool. It's definitely a different kind of jet mode, and it's nice to actually see Hasbro and Takara put out a Tetrajet finally after all these years. So is the Transformers Siege Thundercracker a figure that you want in your Transformers collection? I'm going to say yes. If you are a fan of the G1 show, you're going to like this. If you've ever wanted an official Hasbro Tetrajet, here it is. If you like the original Seekers, I mean, you gotta have Thundercracker. He's definitely cool, definitely fun. I've always liked the character. He's got a different personality from Starscream and Skywarp. He's a bit more mellow compared to the other two, I think, which is cool to see the diversity in them, and definitely a lot different in the comics. You know, it's the same old, but that's what we get with the Seekers, and I'm all right with that. Just repaint that guy. So there he is, Thundercracker from Transformers Siege.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share, like us on Facebook, and look for more videos in the future.